This was my grandfather's place. When I came out of high school, I bought this, and my dad and I bought it, but yeah, I bought it when I was 19 over here. I cleared 100 acres of land. We had a dairy herd on the other side, and but been going ever. Oh, we did, I guess, about 50 years of milk production, you know. Oh, one parent was from here, my mother, Beatrice Gallagher, and my dad they were from old homesteaders, you know, and they were, the other one, Laferriere, was up the road from, he was a homesteader too. They came in the J.R. Booth era. He was a lumber baron, eh? And yes, he specialized in all the pineries, and there was so much pinery all the way through this area, all the way Astorville, right out through to Georgian Bay and out everywhere, right? It was, and so he came from the Quebec side and come up here, and you know, and my grandfather here, Dan Gallagher, was a river driver. Actually, they used to have the logs come down on, you know, the line where your dad lives, Chiswick line there. Well, they used to put the logs on the Wassy Creek there, dump them, and put a dam in the Wassy Lake, and bring them all the way back. The water, bring all the water back up to Chiswick line was not then, but it was just like another lake, another Wassy Lake, you know. And they'd take it right out through the Lake Nipissing, and then train them from there over into Lake Nosfonsine, and then river drive it from there to Ottawa. That's where his mills were. Those logs were like 2 years old by the time they got there. Oh, that goes back to, I'm guessing, don't get me wrong, but it goes back to the 1880s, you know. But that's where my ancestors came from. Then, of course, my mother and dad were born off of that, but established their homes here. And it was predominantly farming then. Chisholm was quite a good farming area at one time. You wouldn't recognize it now, but it was quite a good farming area. And pretty near all dairy at one time. I went to public school out here in on Pioneer. You know where that was, eh? Okay. And then I went to Powassan High School. Yeah. It must have been about 20, 25 of them, I guess, yeah. It was a bus load, yeah. Yes, but they tried to establish buses, yes, but David Anderson here, he established a bus run, and yeah, that was a good thing for us, you know. We could stay at home and go, you know. Oh, there were several teachers. There's Miss Trewartha, and Mrs. Anderson, and Miss Stickney, I think was, I left out, I think was her, Stickney, yeah. She married locally. Because a lot of the school teachers did marry locally, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you'd have to get up at 7 anyway, 4 to 7, yeah. Well, before I caught the bus, I would have to go help my mother and dad milk the cows. There was, for a period of time, you milk by hand, eh? Yeah, until automation came in, yeah. Oh, yeah, in my high school days, yeah, I played hockey, yeah, and then in about the 71, 72, 74, somewhere there, Chisholm then decided they wanted me to coach. So I coached for 3 years for them, and then we won the, no, we didn't win, we got the, we were in the semifinals. And then we won the cup the next year, Chisholm won the cup the next year, and then we were in the no, just in the finals, I guess, the last year, and I said, I'm bowing out, so. Oh, we played most of our games in Sportsplex there, you know. It was the South Shore League, eh? That comes all the way from South Shore of Lake Nipissing down to Trout Creek, South River, Nipissing, you know. Boys from 18 to 35, you know. I had a purebred Holstein herd. I started with one heifer when I was 15, you know. And when I quit back in 1990, why I was, I think we had 130 head registered Holstein, yeah. Yeah. And no, I exported a lot of Holstein, and I to Cuba and South America, Spain, you know. In fact, Fidel Castro gave me an invitation to go down and see my cattle one time, yeah. I couldn't go, of course. I was loaded with chores. There are buyers, and so the consequent fact is I mingled with a lot of being a purebred herd, I mingled with a lot of the guys down south, and they in turn would mingle with us looking for cattle to export. And but they had but actually the Cuban buyers would come right up here. In fact, the Cuban buyers are right in my barn, yeah, to see the herd, yeah. No, I was just always so loaded with work that I couldn't go, really. For instance, I had a thrash machine, and I would thrash size 21 barns, and some barns had 4 days. Then I got into the combining, and that's all around the fair days and the whatnot, and you can't do 2 things at once, no. So that's why I didn't do the shows too much, you know. When I was on the 4-H club, why I would go to I'd take calves to, but other than that, no. When you're dairy farming, you're you're pretty well occupied. Yes, no, I didn't. Other than my music, and of course that would be at night, eh? Yeah. And of course my dad helped me, yes. And I played music, and I don't know. We had a family orchestra for about 70 years. Then there was sometimes I played in two bands, yeah. When I was 13, I was playing, but the last couple of years I kind of give up, yeah. I played, we used to play for the hoedown at East Home, eh? We played for them. So I played there with the gang, and, you know, many players, yeah. Well, it was a Laferriere orchestra. There's a picture over there, up there on the far end. That's my mother and dad and my aunt. Yeah. That was the Centennial in Powassan. We played for the Centennial there. No, I married a girl from Temiskaming, Noella St. George, and we had 5 children, yeah, and twins at that, yeah. I insisted that my family go to university. Agriculture was getting stressed more and more all the time, so I said, you know, think it over, guys, and do what, you know, figure it out for yourselves. I said, the neighbors are saying, you know, buy me out, and I'm saying, hey, wait a minute, wait until my boys come home and see what, so but they're both chartered accountants. There's some of my grandchildren there. And of course they're all in university now too, so yeah. And but I had my own property. I went through 1,000 acres. The farm down across from the township garage, I used to own that too. And then where Omer Stryker lives, I used to rent that one, you know, and so on, you know. Yeah. I had 3 barns, and I'd fill 3 barns of feed. And, yeah. I bought and sold farms, yeah. Like the Buddy Boys, or Sullivan Farm out here, I used to own that, I see. I hired help for a long time, but you know, it's rather difficult, you know. But no, lots of times Mother would drive tractor and I would bill the loads, and she'd take it off for me, and I'd stack it in the barns, yeah, things like that. That's in earlier times, and then of course when I got so much, why then you had to have more help, you know. Yeah, we hired men here for a while, you know, but and you have to house them, give them their electricity, their meat, and their milk. They don't, there's no rent,
That was part of their pay. What they were getting was part of their pay.
Yeah, but you had to give them a substantial wage about that after that too, you see, because they still had to live, and, yeah. So, you know, that's another program of its own, yeah. So I tore the farm apart like I put it up, you know. The silos, I didn't tear the barns down, but it's the silos and the quota and the cattle, and I got, you know, just so that well, I got rid of the cattle in 1990, you know, and the silos went in 91, and the machinery I put through auction a little bit, but mostly I sold it right out of my own shed up here, you know. And but yes, I then went back to, I just couldn't go any further with it. I put 2 new knees in, disintegrated back, and yeah, it's called farming, you know? When you get to be 85, I mean, you're
Yeah.
giddy up and go is pretty near gone, yeah. Yeah. No, we have the Amish here, and I'm happy that they're in here because they do a bit of farming and they keep the community going as well. So, and they're good people too. You know, I feel very fortunate that I'm able to go and do. You know, I have some friends that aren't so fortunate. You know.
Yeah. And you can still drive, and you know, like even to go down to the cities, you know, like you can still do that.
Yeah,
Which is,
yeah. I take the trailer down through the 401 at
Yeah.
130, 140.